Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. It is 7:30, 7:30 right now on Women Radio 91.7 FM. The voice of women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. My name is Fumi Bangbala. This is the daily news review on the Full Breakfast Show this morning. And I'm glad to be sharing this morning with you, as well as Rose Yusuf Kaiser, who is around this morning. Hi, Rose. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Fumi. Good morning to you too. It's good to be here this morning. I hope that our week is starting up well and we're all feeling great today.
Yes. First off, I want this shirt. Why do you have it and I don't have it?
I don't know. I feel
like I'm influencing you in the wrong way, because the way that's what I would say. Wow, I love it. It's okay. I'll go and meet HR. HR has to give me my own shirt, because I know how it took for them to give me my red shirt. I'm going to collect this shirt. They should have been trying to. Anyway, it's good to be back this morning. Rose, yes, today, the headlines, I don't know if you saw it, it's too much. Things are happening too much. But let's start with the headlines this morning. Today is Weekday Day. Interestingly, on the morning show this morning, we were talking about Audacity, and something we said was, I said I was going to be moving with Audacity of yes, I'm Weekday, but I'm withdrawing.
Why, though?
Because Wala is too much. I don't even know if that one is even Audacity. I don't even know. But okay, let's take the headlines for this morning. Starting off with the Punch newspaper. Big money, small impact. Governors face fire over 9 trillion naira FAAC windfall. Electoral Act. Senate resumes debate today after backlash. That's good.
All right, on The Guardian, it says Malami moves to overturn interim forfeiture of EFCC seized properties. Another one on The Guardian says Nigeria paying heavy price for underfunding education sector, says Oshibanjo. Yeah, so in fact, we're going to continue paying for this till we get it right. Honestly.
Because we can see the lapses of the education, the lapses of not funding that sector, everywhere, we go. Even from when you're talking to somebody and you're like, this one goes school at all. And not even in a condescending manner, but you cannot possibly be thinking like this if you were educated. And there's something that Emmanuel would always say. He says that the government thrives on education poverty, poverty of the mind, and that's something that has been affecting us. It is why you would see, what's that thing you said last Friday, is why you would see people go and collect rice and spaghetti during election time, not really thinking about what happens to them in the next 4 years. Yes, you are hungry. What you had said was collect the rice and then still vote for who you want to vote. But what happens typically is people collect the rice and vote for the person, not really having foresight to think, this rice I'm collecting, I'm selling my 4 years. So we're seeing those lapses in it. It's also why we have so many students, young people who cannot go to school or who come out of school and they can't string a sentence.
Yeah.
Or they can't string a sentence. It's just like, wow, like basic sentences that present tense, past tense, that they taught us in primary school, in secondary school, you can't think. It's very, very worrying. So unless they do something about it, except they're doing it intentionally. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to this day newspaper, we have Tinubu brokers peace again, asks Wike to halt impeachment of Fubara. We are going to deal with this with our analyst who just joined us this morning. Rose, I read her article and my eyes were popping out with every single statement I was reading. We'll get into it. David Mark, APC's vicious policies exposing Nigerians to untold hardship, poverty.
Okay. All right, let's head on to the next one. Daily Trust's Yelwata killings, 9 suspects remanded in Kuje. It's good. Another one on Daily Trust says FCT, Labour insists on protests despite court order. Okay, this one is still Weekday matter.
Yeah. I was going to add it to the headlines this morning. I said no. And I think I did. I was like, that's just good to me. But then but for me, it's the case of we're still resisting people from protesting. What do you mean? The court has said the court gave an order that they should not protest. I don't get. Is it not your fundamental human rights to protest?
You get it?
So God will help us in this country. In the Vanguard newspaper, state governments now to share payment of electricity subsidy, says the federal government. When I read this morning, I was like, okay, no, Allah. But I'm hoping that's not the one that we will now be the ones that will now bear the brunt of it because the federal government is no longer carrying it. State will now say, oh yeah, increase all the tariff. Now that one, I don't want here. Because the state governments have money. They have money. Was it not yesterday at the office we were talking about allocation?
Yeah.
Said, if they don't spend the money and you who are you? No, please. No. 2027 APC moves to exploit opposition's disunity. That is those are the headlines from the Vanguard newspaper.
All right, heading on to Premium Times. Police arrest government official, 2 traditional rulers over Ebonyi killings. Another one, still on Ebonyi, says 47 Ebonyi youth departs for UK on state government scholarship.
That is good. There was a time that going abroad for scholarships was really, really the rave, and it reduced drastically. So, I mean, people who want the opportunity to go abroad to study and in that line also jackpot for a better life for themselves. That's an opportunity for them. Abby. Moving on to the Nation newspaper, JAM to give free UTME forms to PWDs. Next up, we have federal government moves to turn livestock into growth engine.
Yeah, particularly like the headline of the JAM giving free UTME forms to PWDs, because it's a way to encourage them, to come and have, an education. And this is a way to make JAM
persons with disabilities.
This is definitely good because there was, I think, sometime last week or 2 weeks ago, we read a headline where JAM said they were not going to, some of the consideration they had put in place for people with albinism, people that's albinos. They said they were going to pull it out because a lot of people were using that to, to go ahead and do exam malpractice. They were going to remove everything. And I'm like, well, that's sad because the real albinos that want to write the exams, what then happens to them? So let's not use one egg to now spoil the remaining ones now.
Yeah.
So this is definitely good. All right, on the cable, Wike-backed PDP faction sets March 28 for National Convention in Abuja. Soludo visit Onitsha main market as business resumes after the shutdown over sit at home. I mean, this has become a real big thing in, Soludo and yes, and that's the whole state itself. Like yesterday, overheard your conversation with Imano, and he kept mentioning a lot of things that, has brought us to that and how we could actually move forward from that. Because for a government who has stayed with that position for a good number of years, I think about 5 years or so. So, is it now that it's come to the realization that you're losing billions every Monday? And the person that, brought all of this, or they're doing it in solidarity with one person. So for how long will they continue this? Is it now the government's waking up? But anyway, at the end of the day, it's better late than never. So we get to be seeing, how all of this gets to play out. Yeah.
Yes. In the Daily Post, we have Niger Joint Security Team rescues 10 abducted victims in Mariga. That's absolute good news. Yes. Provide free antivenom drugs to prevent further deaths from snake bite, pharmacists tell Tinubu. Yes, which is good. However, we need electricity for that exactly, because the drugs can't just stay like that. They will spoil. So if there's no constant electricity, then this is just what is being counterproductive. Interestingly, on Friday on Radio Doctor, I was speaking with Dr. Abiola, and one of the questions I asked him per egg freezing for women who are going through cancer or who are having issues with fertility. He had said, yes, egg freezing is fine, but we can't do egg freezing in Nigeria because we don't have, apparently the electricity has to be at a particular, what do you call it? Is it degree? I will have this call it. So if it is 20 degrees, it has to be like that constantly. It cannot fluctuate because if it fluctuates, it spoils the egg's viability. So same with the antivenom. If you say let's provide antivenom for the hospitals, we do not have electricity to be able to say those venoms can stay there pending the time. So should in case somebody gets bitten by snake. Shabi, I was still reading yesterday that in this, but we don't have lights in Nigeria. We're supplying light to Benin, we're supplying light to Togo, I think, one more country, Ghana. We still want to supply lights to other people. We've not finished in our compound, so yeah, like it's a good thing to say the president should do that, but do we have the resources to manage them? We don't. Let's call it spade a spade.
And it's one thing to also have capable hands, because yesterday on her lens we had a doctor who called in. And he was saying that to have the antivenom is one thing, and to have people who can administer the antivenom is another thing. So he was mentioning some of the things that could have happened to that lady that died from snakebite. So, and then at the end of the day, we are looking at bringing it in and sustaining it, or keeping this all of this, such things like the antivenom. Or such vaccines, you will find out that a lot of times they're expensive. They're expensive because of the electricity issue that you talked about. They're expensive because of, probably bringing them into the country.
Yep.
There was a drug my mom is using presently. It's like an inhaler kind of drug. Okay. Now that drug, it comes from the US. Okay. And let's not forget that now Trump has now blocked all of these things.
Yeah.
So imagine the drug that we usually get in Moe for probably, let's say sometimes, let's say 18,000, 19,000, maybe 20,000. I think the highest we've ever bought it around Moe is like 21 or 22,000. But guess how much they got it? 60,000 for me.
I was going to say 48,000, but I didn't see 60,000.
And the 60,000, do you know where they got it? In VI. We didn't even get it around here. I caught some pharmacies here in Ariko that I knew were big and had good drugs, enough drugs. They didn't have it. The thing was scarce. So that's to show you that some of these drugs that sometimes we get it at the cheaper rates because America will say let's give it out, and then our people will go and buy it at a very cheap rate and come and sell it for us. Now those drugs are not even coming in. So even if you have these antivenoms coming in, it's probably going to be normal self. Be say we access them how we're supposed to access them. Now, when Trump don't block some of these things from coming in, what then do we need? Do you get? So there are a lot of issues surrounding it, but even at that, let's even make an effort to say we want to have these things, just handy, because we never can tell.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Never can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up we have
the Tribune. Governor Kano. Governor Yusuf makes fresh appointments to key government agencies. FCT, reschedule your planned protest. Police urge NLC. So now police, what can they give us when and where to do protests? If not, anything where you see, now you go carry out. So okay, when I want protest, okay, wanna do this, wanna do like this, wanna go there, wanna.
I'm tired.
Reschedule your planned protest because police know that particular day when I want to do something won't happen that day. So I know I want to do but when I wait first, not do it today. Okay, that sounds a bit funny though.
Finally, in the dailies this morning, I just friendly pushing newspaper, Ogun State at 50. Governor Abiodun declares February 3rd, that's today, public holiday for them. Bandits collect motorcycles as ransom before releasing kidnapped. They really gave them this thing. They really, really gave it to them. Anyway, those are the headlines this morning on the National Daily.
You are just going to pass by. They are telling you that Ogun is 50 years and you are just passing.
Sorry, it was the next one that stressed me.
You won't tell us in Ogun say happy birthday.
Happy birthday to us. It was the next one that stressed me out. I'm not even going to lie. Like, it's like you put good news and bad news together, and the bad news don't be even small bad news, are bad news. Right. Anyway, congratulations to Ogun State as Ogun State clocks 50 years.
Yeah,
which means that Governor doesn't hear us, so you know, be small picking again as this governor. So all it is way is supposed to do for the state are big drum. Starting from the roads, starting from the different things that the citizens are complaining about is one thing to celebrate. It's good, let's celebrate. However, at 50 years, you're no longer a baby, you're no longer an infant, you're not even a young man. You are middle age, which means that you cannot be behaving immature, you cannot be behaving like you don't have bearing. At this point, you should have bearing.
So we have midlife crisis. I'm just saying.
That one said but Ogun State does not have midlife crisis. Ogun State doesn't have midlife. No, Ogun State doesn't have midlife crisis. Ogun State has an issue of administration and leadership. That one is different. So congratulations to us all. I'm from Ogun State, so.
Now you remember.
As an Ogun State bred, mother Ogun State, husband Ogun State, we say congratulations to all Ogun State indigenous. Remember the indigenous conversation we had 2 weeks ago? As an indigenous of Ogun State, who doesn't know her father's village or her mother's village or husband's village, we say congratulations to us all. Yes. And we hope to see even greater and better things from Ogun State, and we hope that we won't be complaining about Ogun State anymore. Well done, but there's more to be done. Please get on with the work, and let's not tabernacle on the birthday celebrations. All right, we are live on YouTube at 7:47. We are live on YouTube as WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website www.wfm917.com. This is still Daily News Review on Women Radio 91.7. Right about now, the time is 12 minutes to 8. With that being said, let's welcome our analysts. Adeyemi Adeolu, good morning, sir. How are you this morning? Happy new month to you. You are muted, sir.
Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, Rose. And good morning to the entire family of Women Radio all around the world. Happy New Month, everybody.
Happy New Month to you. Before we get into it, what are your plans for Valentine's Day? Are you taking your wife out already?
Yes. She made the plan already.
Oh, she made the plan. Rose, shame on us. Which plan you make? Because I don't know anymore.
Can we just move on?
Okay. Our first headline for this morning, hey, things are happening between Tinubu, Fubara, and Wike. I took my time to read this article this morning, and I'm not going to lie, I was not happy with the president because I felt like the president fell my hand in this one. I felt like the president should have just said, both of you know how you put two dirty children and tell them, oh yeah, go off. Go to the room, go and face the wall or something. That's what I thought the president was going to do to them. But then the things that the president was saying, I get that he has to broker peace. I get that Rivers is very, very pivotal in the next election. I get. But sir, you are playing for both sides. You are doing wife and side chick, in my own opinion. That's how I see it. Because what the president had said was, in intervening in this matter, he says that I'm trying to look for that particular place that got me very, 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 very upset with the president this morning. He said that Fubara should respect his elders good, saying that Wike is an elder statesman. But what got me upset was that he now said that Wike is the political leader in Rivers State. But then we know that Rivers State is now used to be a PDP state, now is an APC state by virtue of Fubara, who has now gone to APC. Yes. So Tinubu says to Fubara, Wike remains the undisputed political leader of the party, whether APC or PDP in River State. He must be respected in that regard. And I was so confused because isn't that sending mixed message to people? What do you mean that he's the political leader? Because Wike hasn't come out right to say, "Oh, I'm now with APC." We know that is with PDP. In fact, the headline that we read this morning says that Wike faction has now declared March 28 as their PDP convention. So is this now a good thing? Does this set a good precedent for people? Because it's not like, oh, since the president is okay with Wike playing for both parties, then it means that me too, I can play for both parties, isn't it? So I'm not happy with the president, but and then we can go ahead. Yes.
Thank you very much for me. There is no way everybody will be completely in alignment with the president in most of whatever decision he takes, whatever he takes. You are one of those who is not in alignment with that this morning.
I'm not.
I will tell you that what the president said is not out of place.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, let's look at it from this perspective. PDP in River State, today Wike stands to be the leader as it is. And at the same time, don't forget that Wike also is part of Tinubu government as it is. And all the lawmakers that have all crossed over to APC are all other Wike's leadership. Whereby not only the lawmakers, also in most of the local government, those who are Wike's followers, who have also crossed over to the APC. So what the president is saying invariably is that, Wike being PDP, as a leader of PDP, and with the numbers of army that he has in APC, he also has a power. So you cannot take that away from him. And what he's trying to make clear is that, look, if you are going to actually witness peace, if somebody is not going to allow you, to be free when you are eating, then you must have prepared ease along with your preparing in the course of preparing the food. So you must understand the perspective and the angle from which the president is coming from. So as it is, you see, whether we like it or not, in as much we say Wike is trying to lord over the governor, and the trouble is that we tend to forget this easily, especially with our benefactors. Now, when Fubara was gunning for the governorship, even in the party, as a candidate of the party, there were those who were against him. And at that time, Wike stood his ground, sponsored, did everything, make sure he emerged as the candidate of the party. And not only emerging, but making sure that he became the governor of that state. Now, those who were against, that's where politics lies. Those who were the enemies then, who are the ones championing is not going to realize his dream, and not the one who are now siding with him, all because they feel they want him to, have an interface with his benefactor so that they can hide under him. But we tend to forget things as human beings. Look, I always say it, no matter how little you benefit from a person, that little that you benefit, please appreciate it. And if you have a clear understanding and you understand the purpose of that benefit, no matter the mistakes or the error that your benefactor could do, that should be able to cover for his mistake. That little benefit that you benefited should be able to cover for his mistake. And this is not just little benefit. Please, making you a governor. Not the smart, the number one citizen of the state. How many people in that state will be the governor of that state throughout the time and life of that state. How many are they? And even today, how many was the population of the state for him only to be the governor at this particular time? So please, let us appreciate those who help us when to get to any level in life. And even for the husband and wife, we should appreciate ourselves. Like I've been appreciated that they are taking me for Valentine to spend 2 days. You can imagine it. Oh yes. A big Valentine, oh, don't be just a young one, no. They are taking me out to Valentine. You know?
Wow. The pressure is getting worse.
And now, let me just digress a bit. You were talking about the doctor that you invited that said there is no way we could sustain managing eggs in Nigeria and all this. I disagree completely. Okay. I disagree completely.
Okay.
If we are the people who said we are determined to achieve anything that we want to achieve, we always achieve it. And there are other means by which this power problem can be solved. And already in most homes, that is what is obtainable. So why would you tell me that an outfit like an hospital will not be able to do such? I have a friend who we both live in the same estate. Because he doesn't want to make use of generator, the power solar that he has in his house will sustain him even when there is no light 24/7, and with four AC working together with the freezers and everything in the house. It will take him around the whole time. So why would you tell me? You see, it's only because you are not serious. And he's talking about that the people are not trained. The people are, why can't you train them? Is the training of venom, the administration of venom, is it something from outside the world? No, they can be trained. All these things can be preserved. We can preserve them and they will remain potent. So please, I disagree completely. That is where you see, that is where you continue to put everything on the government, when you can also make provision. Look, the government will be the solution provider. We also must be ready in a different sphere to provide solution. That is why we are there.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, but light is basic. Like, what you're saying, oh, we have other, hold on, we're saying that we have other forms of electricity. The only reason why we have other forms of electricity is because the government has not been doing what it's supposed to be doing, hold on, sir, to provide basic electricity for us. I was reading yesterday that China now, is it 30, they've gone 31% higher for their electricity. I can't remember the exact figure, whether it is 31% or 31,000 voltage. I don't remember which one it was, but I read it yesterday. Hold on, Adeyemi. The point is, electricity, power is basic. There are basic resources that the government should provide. Power, water, I was going to say food. Security. We do not have these basic resources given to us. We are still in the middle of insecurity. We're in the thick of it. Now we've taken it as second nature. Is now a way of life now. That when you wake up in the morning, you see that somebody has been abducted, right? That's why insecurity. For power, we not even get lights.
National grid where they collapse every 2 market days.
So saying that we should tap into solar, I beg to disagree, because that's not the solution. There are people who cannot afford solar. There are people who can afford solar because the government is not giving electricity. I don't want us to mix issues. Electricity is our basic rights. Solar is not supposed to be there.
No, you see, I'm not talking about the generality of the people, please. Let's get it straight. You are talking about an institution. We're talking about the hospitals.
No, but the reason why the hospitals don't have lights is because basic power is not.
You have said yours. Let me come in, please, and let me explain it to you clearly. You see, we must understand one fact. An hospital is an institution. They are not there for charity. They make money. So they should be able to make sure that they provide all that is necessary, all that is needed to meet up with their operations. That's the honest truth. And you're talking about that solar. Solar is not the electricity. Look, in northern clime, we are going green all over the world, and solar is one of the means by which we are going green. I'm talking about this electricity. You are talking about the electricity. You see, it is not the government that is not. They are trying their best. But what about us, the people? What about those who are sabotaging all the effort of the government, who are vandalizing all the materials, who are vandalizing everything that's happening? And when you even talk about the insecurity, you see, we have said it. We can continue to blame the government. Why are we not talking about those people who are behind the whole thing? The people who are perpetrating it. The people who are sponsoring it. Is it the government? What about those leaders that are sponsoring it? You should look. When we are trying to say the government has not done enough, we must also understand that we also have a role to play. And if we are not playing our role, then we should say it loud. We should stop putting everything on government. Let's blame those who are also involved. Please, if I do not go into crime, the people in my enclave will be safe. But the moment I go into crime, the people in my enclave will not be safe. So somebody should be able to talk to me. Somebody should be able to do something to me. But if I'm the one sponsoring the people, then something is wrong. And people, you know the reason why there is insecurity in that place. It is not because of the government. It's because of the mineral resources and the selfishness of those leaders. That is why you see that the insecurity is still ongoing. So now, okay, if the government will now say today, all the elites in the north, the leaders in the north, he wants to apprehend them and prosecute them, what will happen? What will happen? Will you not say it's victimizing a particular set? It's marginalizing them? Is that not what people will say? Please, you see, there are matters that are sensitive, especially when it comes to state matters, that you have to be diplomatic in handling it. You have to be careful when you're handling them. Everything all the time, all of us, even I see the so-called people who ought to be the one talking to us, talking to our mind, talking to our sight, that we should exercise patience and do things right. This thing will come out. You see, they are the people who are leading, saying they are standing against the government protesting. Meanwhile, they know the truth. But because they want you people to see them as their hero, and I call them pseudo-heroes. They are not heroes. They are advantage takers. That's what they are. You see, we must be honest with ourselves. There is no way this country we are talking about, is this matter you are talking, this power matter, is it today? Is it today? Why don't you people call upon Obasanjo, who said he invested $16 billion into power, and nothing has happened? We did not see power, and we are still in this darkness that you and I were talking about today. So why are you not calling the person who just came to power, who's trying to make everything right? Why are you castigating him? Why not call upon those? I think he's dead, you're trotting, making mouth everywhere. Why don't you call something? Why don't you arrest them? We should stop this nonsense in Nigeria. You see, anything that it is right, when somebody does anything right, please appreciate them. And you know that there is no way that this man will be able to achieve everything at a go. It's not possible, even in the home. There's what we call scale of preference. In economics, you all know that you did that in your secondary school, so you know what it is. It is what is important at that particular time that you take first. Then all of that is will follow. So please, let us understand, like I said, concerning the issue of medical, saying they cannot sustain it, please, that is arrant nonsense. It can be sustained. There is solar power. Like I said, my friend does not have generator in his house. What does he have to? And the battery that he bought are two batteries. It's called lithium battery, 50 megaamps, and this battery's lifespan is 10 solid years, which implies that within the next 10 years, no power outage in his house, if there is no NEPA. As long there is sun up there in the sky, the something continue to power. And the batteries are there. What are we talking about? So are you not talking about an individual? Not to talk of an institution. And what is the essence of an institution? And you are saying that we don't have trained hands. Are they not meant to be trained? Is there any special way that the special thing they need to do to train them? Then let them get the experts and let them be trained. So what are we talking about?
So Adeyemi, when you talk of electricity, you talk of hospitals, it almost seems as if you're talking about private hospitals. Because let's not forget that this same federal hospitals, we have read news where they will come and they are doing surgery with torchlights. We've heard news where women will go and give birth and there is no light to give birth in federal hospitals.
Or bring generator for their babies in incubator.
Bring generator from their homes to come and. So would you now say that this one is the people that are working in those hospitals that are supposed to make all of these provisions?
We have a call. Rose. Hello, good morning. Oh, I thought we had a call. I had a voice. Okay.
There is what is called hospital. There are those that are called hospital management. Don't forget, in every hospital there are hospital management. And like you said, I want to differ with you on the fact that you said when there is no electricity, that the whole hospital goes outage. No, I don't agree with that. There are some departments, some units in the hospital that they make sure that there's no power outage no matter what. There is a standby generator in most of these government facilities. Go and find out, please. Go and fact check.
I beg to differ.
My boys were given birth to in Ayike house. I have just two boys.
How many years ago?
They were given birth to in Ayike house in Ikeja. And I'm telling you, even when there is no power anywhere, as at the time these boys were given birth, there is power in Nigeria. Go behind towards Lasut. You will see the powerful generators that they have there to power the facility.
I know somebody who lost his baby of recent because of light. I know somebody who lost his baby of recent because of light in a hospital.
Which hospital?
Adeyemi.
Is it our government hospital? I will look. No. Do you know? Let me even explain to you. You see, people will say because there is no light, that's why she lost the baby. No, there could be more complications. And let me be honest with you. I'm going to advise women this morning. If you have to give birth, you don't have to go to a private hospital. The best place to go is the general hospital, because you have enough doctors at hand that are waiting on you. You have the gynecologist, pediatrician, obstetrician. You have so many of them, about 7 doctors. But they are waiting for you.
All right. Then the strike issue, why do we leave that one?
All right. Right about now is 9 minutes after 8. You're switching to Women Radio 91.7. It's been a fiery session this morning. A very, very fiery session with in our.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Jerry speaking.
Good morning, madam. It's been a while, but
I would like to ask. Yeah, thank you. I want to believe without info that Mr. Adeyemi is not living in Nigeria. Mr. Adeyemi has no idea of what is going on in Nigeria. Mr. Adeyemi is living in a bubble of some sort. To think that our hospitals have generators. I'm joking, right? Someone I know gave birth in the hospital Okola Road, here at Omega. She gave birth, there was no light. I was even the one that had to rush there because they were asking her for money to buy fuel, money to buy kerosene, or lanterns, money to buy fuel for generator. Before I even got there, she had the baby because she had paid them for a generator, she had paid them for kerosene, but they still did not buy those things. She gave birth right there in the dark. Don't joke. You are joking with life. The way you are talking, you are making it look like, I mean, it's not something serious. You kept mentioning your friend that has generator, that has solar in his house. Are you joking? There's somebody that is the minimum wage. They don't even have enough money to eat. And they're talking about solar. Don't joke with these things. It's not funny, please. Please, if you really don't have something to say, can you please give us a break? Thank you, girl. Thank you, lady. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benedicta. It's been a while, like I said. Thank you so much for calling back from a long time away. This is still Women Radio 91.7. The Voice of Women, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Right about now is 11 minutes after 8. This is the Daily News Review. My name is Fumi. Rose is here. Our analyst, Rose Yusuf Kaiser, is also here as well. Okay. Ademi, you would like to respond to the caller? Okay.
Thank you very much. Madam Benedicta, see, when we are all saying everything, we put it on the government. Like you said your friend who gave birth in Egbeda, that there was no, there must be generator. You see, human parts, the people that are managing the facility, what are they trying to do? Are they being sincere in dispensing what they ought to do as a people, as a management? That's the problem. What about the allocation that goes to them? How do they manage it? You see, we must be understanding. The government will not be in Egbeda at every nick of time. The government will not be in Ikeja at every particular time, all the time. It is the responsibility of those who are saddled with the management of the affair of that place to make sure that all these things are working.
We have another call. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's not human factor we are talking about.
So sorry to interrupt you. Good morning.
Well, good morning. I'm Mr. Mokoto from Kuti.
Ademi brought all of you out today. The last time this happened was last year when we were talking about rice. He brought everybody out. You know what? Go ahead.
Rice has come down. Up to now, rice has come down, madam. Madam, rice has come down, rice has come down. So don't talk about that one again. So you are not facing reality. You are not facing reality. I still maintain that rice has come down. So if you like, go and buy imported rice. That's your own.
Okay.
So
But carry on.
I can't be displayer to my I can't be displayer to my country. So whatever they produce here is what I will patronize. So let me just tell you about the issue of this hospital management. We fail to realize that even if budget is appropriated for the hospital itself, do you know we have saboteurs? We have people that are corruptly enriching themselves with all this money. The time I went to one hospital, I won't mention the general hospital. If I mention it, it will panic their image in this level. So the doctor said, okay, go and take because you are 60. Go and take let them give you some drugs freely. So I went to the pharmacy. The lady was telling me that no, they don't have it down. There's no, they don't have anything down there. They don't have this. So what I'm looking at is this. People are sabotaging the effort of the government. You see, it's not every time you continue blaming the government. What the thing that are sabotaging the effort of the government? Are we saying there's no Mr. Perfect in government? Let me tell you. If any of those people that are aspiring to be in that office, if they are there, some of them, their own is worse. What I'm trying to say is that the saboteurs, the effort of the saboteurs, there was a time when we were saying Kabas are ruling Nigeria. After the president, because he's so bold, he didn't allow any Kabas to control him. There are many they are saying a lot of things about it. So that is any government or any president or governor should be bold enough to stand on his own. This is what I want. So what we are saying is not that government is not pumping money into that hospital, but the management of that hospital, they can corruptly enrich themselves in the budget. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amotosha. Let's take these messages before we Ademi responds. Beautiful morning to you all in the studio. Allocation sharing. Let the executives first of all give account how they make use of the money before the governors can follow suit. That's with regards allocation sharing. The president spends billions of dollars in 2 years of traveling, but to issue ordinary meter becomes a problem to them. Tinubu is just interested in answering former president, no more, no less. During Goodluck's government, we were getting free meters, cables, and still down. We have a call. Hello, good morning. If you don't call today, I will enter your DM. Good morning.
My colleague.
Honestly, I highly regard and value, but this one, the contribution is going to be away with me because I don't know if the present administration leaves power, if you will be sharing the same line of thought. I don't think so. If I do I have so many things I want to say this morning, but I'm going to make it short, if possible. If I do I will say that because I remember when they said anti-venom, preservation, and electricity. Are you saying we should take solar as an alternative for electricity? Are you downplaying the fact that what electricity would do for me per time is not of what solar will do, and how many hospitals can power with solar? If I have a small hospital, I don't have solar. I'm not going down to the Philippines. If I do a major of years like this, almost like you campaign, the likelihood of people voting for you, I'm sorry, to be 0%. The reason I'm saying this is not because of your person. I admire your person, but I'm saying you're going to speak truth to power, not regarding any sort of bias. Let's call it state. But things to work smoothly in this country, I totally understand the fact that all hands have to be on board. The people, the government, everybody. And for every time Rob and Philly comes from air to talk, they comment what the government does, but they will still call it out and say, because that is what we call balancing journalism. You don't just speak because you favor the person, or because you favor the party, because you have a sort of affiliation, and then you do the people and say, I want to speak in this manner. I honestly disagree and differ totally with your opinion this morning. If the government is doing its best, we understand, but if there's an inefficiency, because I am playing my part of the people, I will call it out. I'm not expecting to start telling people like Baba Soldier or the late President Buhari, when the current president said, I asked for this job, don't pity me. If the kitchen is too hot, it is either you prep up properly and come into the kitchen, or you leave the kitchen for somebody else to do it. You don't complain and sit there and tell me to go and get this hospital powered by solar. Cheap as solar and call. Is that why we can preserve the anti-venom? Is that why we can preserve life for people that are using such life to give birth to babies? If consistently and you tell me the work of government is a collective body, I understand, but please don't tell me to silence the government. I was ironing last week and my daughter said, and then never to come. Let her never drop the line. And my daughter was like, Mommy, so what water? To have life is my right as a Nigerian citizen. Because I pray. That is why the biggest first in Nigeria is hot water. When you see a newborn baby, you gotta go to somebody and that they will see hot water. We have been wired to think in that manner that hot water control, it is hot water. When we start understanding the fact that electricity is a basic amenity, it's a basic need, and I should not beg, go there. There are sabotage and vandals destroying government property and institutions. We need to be accountable for that. Is that my jurisdiction? Is that my jurisprudence? Is that protecting government property? I will see it, I will speak out against it. But you will not tell me to call it out government to do more. You won't tell me what to call it out. If that actually leaves, the next government comes in. We will not think say this thing you are saying, Mr. Bayoni. If you happen to be the president of Nigeria tomorrow, we will say the same thing and say we should excuse your inefficiency. Please, whenever we are talking about everything, balance things, people are emotional. People are of Nigeria happened to myself. I'm still buying diapers, and my boy is 15 years old, going to 16 this year. I want to keep quiet. People like me, people like that, and because of that, because of electricity. I think we are the care house. I can tell you confidently, they are working well, but sometimes they are anomalies. Comment them and condemn them for people. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Abole. Thank you so much for your contribution. I want to quickly take these messages before you respond. So this person was talking about the free meters. Thank you so much, Mayor, for your message. I'm going to quickly so that Adeyemi can respond. Morning to you all in the studio. Why this democracy is not working? Because Obasanjo laid a wrong foundation for our democracy. It's not rocket science to start with. After the GSM secured their license, what's next for the federal government is to mandate operators don't bring finished handsets. I'm not sure I understand your message, but I think that you are saying that Obasanjo laid a wrong foundation. PDP said, that's from Additional Wasiu. Olushola Ajayi says PDP has no more strength to stand up again. Mr. Minister has broken it beyond repairs, and so 90% of the masses have lost interest in the party. You set a fire, your house ablaze, and still want some valuables to survive. That's Olushola Ajayi. I think, okay, because we had a call. And then the next message we have is Val Okachi says, hello, we have a call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, Mr. Adeyemi.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank God you made me to speak today. I've been listening to Mr. Adeyemi and not all the callers. I agree with all you are saying. The problem in Nigeria is the corruption. Money is being allocated. If I don't know that I'm like President, I will make sure I pay the tax leaders. That money will come out. We are paying for what we do not. We are suffering because of money these people are paying. All the money they collected, the tax leaders. They should come and give accounts. How they spend. If you don't do it, people will come and this thing keep on going on. And you tell us, that is where I give back to my 3 children. That is early 90s. I donated blood. 3 times, 3 of my children, I donated blood 3 times. I did not use the blood. See, corruption in Nigeria is so low. One of us, we don't do things in the fear of God. We see all, anywhere we are, in the fear of God, do the right thing. And this one is not money allocated to this hospital. What are they using it for? In the institution where I work, every year, we donate money, then we contribute money, we need to, for all this, the baby that don't have a parent, or the after taking the material, but you know what? Instead of using it for all these children, the people working there, you see them carry the bags of rice or what you got. You see them taking it away. What do you need for this? And on Sunday, you see us going to when we are doing the right thing. See, in our own to be please, I can say this. If you all of us, in the fear of God, anywhere you are, do the right thing. Try to make things. In those days, our parents, always remember the doctor, before I can do the right thing, Nigeria will change. But continue like this corruption, people will change. And we will get their own day. God bless you, God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. I want to take this last message because we really need Adeyemi to respond to people that are coming for him. I mean, to just create a balance to what he's been saying. What manner of analysis is this? I cannot understand this. How can one be in 2 parties at the same time? This is a terrible political blunder and a bad precedent being set by the Tinubu administration. I hope that Adeyemi will not condemn this action when it swings elsewhere tomorrow. These are some of the factors that made Trump refer to Nigeria as now disgraced nation. Nothing can be said to be truly great, which is not right. Certainly, solar power should be for backup. There's no reason why electricity should not be constant in Nigeria. Government has a responsibility to stop whoever is sabotaging its efforts in providing electricity. If the government cannot do this, then it is failure on the part of the rulers, who is meant to arrest the people Adeyemi mentioned, please. Now, God could help us for this country. I think those are the messages this morning. That's from Val Okachi. Okay, over to you, Adeyemi. We're already out of time. You're muted.
Thank you very much. Thank you to my learned colleagues, Okachi and Mrs. Oboli. I actually, I'm not that person who supports any party or any government. I just want us to be objective. That is why you see that my position this morning may be a bit different from what you are expecting me to say per se. But having said that, you see, I'm not saying totally that our generation of power should be based on solar power. But I'm talking about the aspect that, look, we know we have a problem. And the person who is meant to provide solution is not providing it. Then we too, we should be able to provide solution ourselves so that we will not be held in limbo. That is what I'm saying, literally. If we want this to work, look, I was run a bar, a lounge. There was no power. But I tell you honestly, I had generators, not one, not two, not three, not four, to power to make sure that my drinks and my lounge, everything is cool. Anybody that ever been there before I shut it down, because I ran it for 12 years, they will tell you that, look, even at some level, my drinks are always blocked, despite there was no power. People will leave other bar to come to my bar. They will tell you, if you go to light years or car wash, you will meet chilled drinks. That is how it is. Because I know I want to meet the needs of my customers, and I want to continue to be relevant in business. Then I have to put everything in place to make me relevant and to meet the satisfaction and the needs of my customers. This is what I'm saying. I don't have to put it on the government that because the government does not, NEPA switch off the light, then my drinks will be hot and the people will come and say, oh, there's no need. No. I have to do something. Like we all know, we are the local government of ourselves. This is not today. Even this issue of up NEPA, it did not start today. I remember way back in the 70s, that's when the up NEPA started. That's the honest truth. So, every government that has come to be in this nation, they have not tried. Whether military, whether civilian, they have not tried. They have sold us to slavery. I'm not one of those who will always praise a government when you're not doing right. But the truth is, we the people also, what is our role? What exactly are we doing to make things better for ourselves and for our brothers? You saw what happened on the 3rd Mainland Bridge. Those cat lights that were being installed, newly installed, and people went down there vandalizing it. Is that the government? Will the government be on that road 24/7? What about us, the people? When I drive around the town, when I see people misbehaving, even when the police is harassing somebody, you see me, I will stop. My wife will always call me Voltron, the defender of the universe. Because I don't, look, and even when they drive around, I'll say, no, you don't do that. My wife will continue to shout at me that, do you think that person will hear you? I said, if we all continues in this way, by making sure when people does anything wrong, we correct them, you at the point, they will come to understand that, oh, this thing, somebody corrected me, the other person corrected me, they will make a change. So we have responsibilities as people. Like we have been saying, everybody that goes to government, our intention of going there is not to make things right in this nation. As a people, you want to go and share the national cake. That's where the problem lies. Everybody, all of them that are making rules, making laws, they are there, what they are agitating for, what they are trying to do is just to get there and continue to embezzle because they have lost track. Because that money is no longer flowing. They are not spending what they have. Not the one that just come without, who is not coming from the coffer, but coming from the government's coffer. That they can spend anyhow. Please.
Thank you very much, Adeyemi. This our time is really fast. This is what we're wrapping up for today. It has been a fun one. Yes. Good morning. Fumi Rose, if you see the headlines today. So yeah, thank you so much, Adeyemi, for always coming on, for always shaking the table too. Thank you for always doing that. Do want to enjoy the rest of the week, and hopefully we get to have you back by next week by God's grace.
Yes.
And please do the Valentine celebration, and and
Come back with me.
all right, so that's it from us right here. Thank you so much to all of you who called today, those who've not heard from a very long time. Thank you so much for calling. And to each and every one of you who tuned in this morning, let's do this again tomorrow morning at 7:30, 7:30. We'll be here. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaisar.
My name is Fubi Bangala. 9 o'clock is the news, 9:05 is her lands with Rose. Do have a lovely, lovely, lovely day.